U.S. Olympic track and field trials. Winners, losers, and heartbreak through 4 days. Eugene, or the U.S. Olympic track and field trials, has reached its halfway point. After 4 days of intense competition, the action on the track and the field will take a 2-day break. The trials resume on Thursday, but the first 4 days were filled with athletes earning their place on Team USA for the Paris Olympics. Sha'Carri Richardson captured the women's 100-meter title. Lyles validated that he's the fastest man in America, and Crouser added to his resume as the best shot putter of all time. Get Olympics updates in your texts. Join USA Today Sports WhatsApp channel. USA Today Sports highlights the winners and losers from the first 4 days of the U.S. Olympic track and field trials. Guy and Andy Ayers. Sha'Carri Richardson. Richardson ran a season-best 10.71 to win the 100. Richardson went undefeated through the rounds. In the final, her acceleration and finish propelled her past the other sprinters as she crossed the finish line about a meter ahead of everyone else. Richardson's coach, Dennis Mitchell, also deserves a shout-out. Mitchell coaches Richardson, Melissa Jefferson, and Twanisha Terry. The 3 women swept the 100, taking first, second, and third to earn a trip to Paris. Richardson is going to Paris as an early favorite for the fastest woman in the world crown. It's been almost 30 years since an American woman has won an Olympic gold medal in the 100. Gail Devers is the last American woman to top the Olympic podium in the 100. She did it in 1996. No, Lyles. There's not a sprinter having more fun than Lyles right now. Lyles and his family had a chance to hang out with Snoop Dogg prior to the 100 final. And then the sprinter proceeded to run a blistering 9.83 to win the 100. His time tied a personal best. The 100 isn't even Lyles' strongest event. The 200 is Lyles' best event. He'll be the heavy favorite in the 200 once that competition begins on Thursday. An American hasn't won an Olympic gold medal in the 100 since Justin Gatlin in 2004. Lyles has a good chance to end the streak. Quincy Wilson. Wilson was a winner at these trials long before he finished 6th in the men's 400 final, running against guys who were twice his size and age. The 16-year-old high school sophomore stole the hearts of spectators at Hayward Field, and they're sure to keep tabs on this budding phenom for years to come. Wilson's performance in Eugene was nothing short of spectacular. In the opening round of his event, he shattered a 42-year-old under-18 record, then followed it up with an even better time in the semis. He was almost half a second behind his semifinal time in the final, but could still be put in the 4x400 relay pool. The only positive about not making the 2024 Olympic team. Now, he should have time to get his driver's license. Crouser. Crouser dealt with injuries this season, but he was still able to assert his dominance in the shot put. Crouser's toss of 74 feet, 11¼ inches was good enough to win the shot put by over a foot. Crouser's won gold at 2 straight Olympics. He has a chance to be the first shot put thrower in history to win 3 Olympic gold medals in the event. Even more impressive, he has a chance to accomplish the feat in consecutive Olympics. Christian Coleman. Coleman came into the trials as one of the favorites in the 100 and definitely a strong candidate to make the team in the event. But after the final, he laid on the track in disappointment after finishing 4th in the sprint. Coleman got out to a good start and had an early lead, but Lyles, Kenny Bednarek, and Fred Kerley all edged him out at the finish line. The 60-meter world record holder will likely be in the 4x100 relay pool in Paris. Lololga Torsava-Collins. The reigning world champion in women's discus, Lololga Torsava-Collins, had an extremely rough Monday. Torsava-Collins fouled on all 3 attempts in the first round, which means she did not record a mark and will not compete in the discus final on Thursday. During the NBC broadcast of the qualifying round, Torsava-Collins looked totally out of sorts. Her throws were all over the place, literally. One attempt went flying onto the track. No one was hit or hurt. To add insult to injury, Torsava-Collins was one of only 3 of the 24 women competing who have the Olympic qualifying standard, which means the US might not send 3 competitors. McKenzie Long, who won NCAA titles in the 100, 200, and 4x100 relay, didn't get out of the semifinal in the 100. Long was on USA Today Sports' top college athletes to watch list. She does, however, have a chance to make the team in the 200, which might just be her strongest event. Eugene, Oregon. Where's the love for Tracktown, USA? Despite being the city known for loving and understanding all the intricacies of track and field, the town 100 miles south of Portland is again being hated on. This is the 8th time Eugene has hosted the US Olympic track and field trials, and despite the well-known Hayward magic that athletes have gushed about for decades, many people are complaining, again, about the logistics of getting to Eugene. There's already whining about if the 2028 trials will again be in Eugene. Organizers of the 2028 Los Angeles Games said Sunday that LA likely will not be ready to host the trials. We know it can be tough to get to Eugene, and hotel rooms are not exactly plentiful. But where else in the country do 12,000+ fans pack in to cheer on the best in the world at running, jumping, and throwing? Bonus: there's no sales tax in the state. Heartbreak. Athing Mu, the reigning Olympic champion in the 800 meters, won't have a chance to defend her crown in Paris. Mu got tangled up with the other runners during the first lap and fell to the track. By the time Mu was able to regain her footing, she was in last place by a wide margin. Mu continued to run, but she was out of contention. As Mu ran down the home stretch, the other competitors had already finished. She crossed the finish line in 2:19:69 and in last place. She was visibly emotional as she exited the Hayward Field track in what was a difficult season for the middle-distance runner. Mu battled a hamstring injury for most of the 2024 season and made her season debut at the Olympic trials.